These are summer styles considered not cool anymore. I'll show you some bad examples and then maybe what to wear instead. But of course you can wear whatever the heck you want. This is not that serious. Let's start with short shorts, okay? Like the shorts that are short. They're not as cool anymore. No, you actually don't want to show this much of your leg. So obviously here are some great examples. You probably have them in your closet. I do. I definitely do. And honestly, I still don't mind them. But what's really cool and in right now are the longer shorts. And I have mentioned this briefly, but honestly, I'm talking like kind of longer, but loose long. That's the difference. Now, this is an example of the tighter, longer length that is very out of style. So you definitely want to make the distinction. These are better examples and more what I'm talking about. They could be denim, they could be, beige or different cream colors, but as long as they're a little bit loose and long, then you're looking good. Now, you've probably already gathered this, but overly distressed shorts, usually they're denim shorts, are also just like not as cool as they used to be. Again, this is, what I'm talking about. We all have the shorts, and I'm not saying no one's ever gonna wear this, but we're seeing much more tailored shorts like this, or even linen shorts. And that actually leads me to today's video sponsor, which is Quince, because they are fabulous. So here are my linen shorts from Quince. They are so comfortable, so stylish. I recommend everyone getting a pair of these. They are 100% European linen for only $32. So that's the thing about Quince. The materials, top notch, like organic materials when possible, just high-end, really nice luxury materials at a very affordable price point. So I love these shorts in the classic flax color. And then I actually already had this Quince linen shirt in that same flax color. So it pairs well and matches well with those linen shorts. It's just an instant outfit and just a great summer staple outfit. I'm actually, I think, going on a fairly long Italian vacation this summer. And so I will absolutely be packing my linen pieces because they're just such a good, airy and breathable material. And then again, I also already had the longer linen Quince pants, again, in the flax color. So sometimes it's good just to get everything in one shade so you can mix and match and then wear things throughout all of the seasons or the different temperatures. And then I've also been loving these leather sandals from Quince. They are so comfortable and gushy. They do come in other colors. So I got this one because I feel like they just go with everything, but so do the others. So there's a walnut brown, which is beautiful, and then a black, which is also great. So obviously click around, but they're breathable, they're comfortable, and they really just go with most outfits. I do want to move on to this Quince linen dress because it is perfect for summer. I actually got it in this black gingham pattern. It comes in so many other patterns and colors as well. This gingham pattern is so in right now, and it's just an easy, effortless dress. It's airy, it's comfortable. Again, 100% European linen, and I actually did style it with this black Quince bag that I've had forever. It's Italian leather. It's one of their best sellers, and it again just goes with everything. And then last but not least, I actually just got 2 new Quince pieces. I envisioned them together, and alas, it's such a nice outfit. So this black button-down shirt, 100% organic cotton. It's tailored. It is crisp. It's thick. The quality is so nice. Like, I'll be able to wear this for so many occasions, but I did want to show you the length of it. So you could obviously tuck it in, leave it untucked, whatever your preference is. But for this outfit with this silk skirt, it's 100% washable. So it's really easy to launder, but it is silk. So again, great material, and the length of it is perfection. It's not too short, not too long. I love the floral. I tucked in the tailored shirt, added some black kitten heels, which I love, and it's just a beautiful, feminine, and classy outfit. I know a lot of you already love Quince, but some of you maybe haven't shopped with them before. Everything is free shipping, 365-day returns. They focus on sustainability, conscientious packaging. I think you'll be super impressed with the pricing, like I mentioned, because it's a factory direct model. So again, everything that I shared will be linked down below, but click around because they have so many other bestsellers that I didn't mention in this video. I really think you'll love them and be impressed. Now, I might get some hate for this next one, so take it with a grain of salt. This is definitely not the worst thing in the world, but usually in the summer months, bright white pants or bright white jeans are really popular, but not so much anymore. It's actually off-white that is so much more in style. So here's kind of a before and after. Here's the bright white versus the off-white. white. So it is a very subtle difference. And then here again, I'm styling this linen shirt with these off-white jeans that I have. And the subtle warmness actually makes them much more in style and up to date. And here's me just holding up a bright white t-shirt just so you can see the difference. And then fern patterns are also not that cool anymore. I used to see so many different variations of fern patterns in skirts and tops and all kinds of things at all the cool places like H&M, Aritzia, Zara, Nordstrom. And now fern patterns are pretty much just very outdated. There's a lot of other cool patterns that we're seeing, but the biggest one for 2026 is definitely gingham, which I already mentioned this. You know, the gingham linen dress that I already showed from Quince is great, but obviously you can get gingham in pants and dresses and two-piece sets. There's a lot of options in different colors as well. Okay, let's talk sandals next. So I already shared a pair of sandals that I'm loving for this year, but I would say like the big sandal trend over the last few years has been Birkenstocks, but there are good versus bad Birkenstocks. Here's an example or a couple examples of maybe bad styles of Birkenstocks that are just very not cool. And then there's, this style, which has been around the last couple years and they're okay. But I would say for 2026, the more colorful Birkenstocks are actually more on trend. So you can pick whatever color you want. They're a little bit more fun. You could even go for a tortoiseshell. This particular tortoiseshell one, oh my gosh, I don't even think this is Birkenstock. This is like popping off right now if you happen to like that. And then a lot of you will hate this, but pairing this particular Birkenstock sandal with socks is also really cool right now. And don't shoot the messenger, okay? Some of the stuff I really like, some not so much. I thought I would also move on to another style of sandal that is just blowing up. And years ago, I said I hated this. And now I'm still like, I'm kind of like iffy about it, but flip-flops. Flip-flops are suddenly really cool. They used to be cheap and chintzy and kind of just like what you would throw on if you were desperate. Now they actually are really nice, but colorful flip-flops are in and squared toe. So that's kind of, I feel like, the differentiation. You could obviously just grab rubber flip-flops and they're cooler than they used to be, but I think to take it to the next level and make them look somewhat more stylish, go for a squared toe. Now, the last style of shoes that I wanted to mention, again, these are so out, so not cool anymore, are the braided sandals. I'm talking about the heeled version and the flats. I have both. I loved both. These used to be so in and now they are so out. And what we're seeing instead this year are either the mesh flats or the jelly sandals. They're huge again. They're coming back. And I'm not talking about these clear jelly sandals. No, these are bad. I don't recommend these. This is the style that I'm referring to. This is what we're seeing more of. Sometimes they are clear. Sometimes they're more of like a nudie beige or brown. You can get them in tortoiseshell colors. That's really nice too, but they're breathable. They're jelly. They're really comfy and gushy. I definitely get why they're making a comeback, but again, I want to make the distinction, not the ones that look like you're in fifth grade. They're kind of like an up-to-date version of them. Next, I want to talk about socks. And I've already discussed this at length in previous videos. No-show ankle socks are out and crew socks are in, and you guys hate it. You hate it, along with, I'm sure, so much of this video as well. But again, I'm just sharing information, but I wanted to clarify that it's the chubby, chunky, thick scrunch socks. Those are the crew socks that, yes, they can make your legs look fat and chunky and unflattering. If you're wearing those, I totally get it. But if you're just wearing the thinner crew socks that aren't scrunchy and chunky, that to me is a lot easier to pull off and much more flattering on the leg. Now, since we're talking about summer styles, we have to talk about swimsuits. What's in, what's out? The high cut leg versus low cut leg. Do you know what I'm talking about? Baywatch is back, baby. The high cut swimsuits, bikinis, one pieces, you name it, where it goes high up on your hoo-ha, around your thigh, that is what is in. Am I going to do it? I don't know. This bikini that I recently got, I kind of hiked it up a little bit higher. That is what we're seeing. So again, here's the before. This is what was cool, the bikini, where it was more straight across. Now we're hiking it up high on the thigh. Same with the one pieces. This is what everyone used to wear. This was what was considered cool. Now we're wearing them much more high cut. You have to be careful though. Some of them are so ridiculous that I wouldn't even feel comfortable walking. Now, most people, I would say, are excited to see this next trend go, and that would be bucket hats. Bye-bye to the bucket hats. For the last few years, they've been pretty cool, and now they're finally not. Thank goodness, I've always hated bucket hats. But we're seeing an uprise in scarves. okay, like the silk scarves, but like in different ways. So yes, on your head. So that's kind of replacing the bucket hats for the beach and, you know, the pools and that kind of thing. But also I'm seeing so many people use scarves, not just around the neck, like you can make them really casual, you can make it really dressy, but also around your waist. That is like a cool accessory now that people are using to jazz up their shirts or even their dresses. Now, another trend that I talked about in a recent video being not cool anymore were the top handle bags with the long crossbody strap. So this once was really cool. It's what everyone bought and wore, and now it's not, but I never clarified like what to wear instead. So if you still want to be hands-free, yes, the belt bags are great. That's definitely more of a sporty look, but that's definitely way more in even now. More so, I would say just the short shoulder bags. Like that's really what is the most stylish right now. I have different options. I mentioned that black Italian leather Quince bag earlier in the video. That is a great option. I also am loving the East-West bags. I have that in black. I have that in cream. I wear those all the time. They hold so much, but they're so comfortable on my arm. But for the most part, I would just say that crossbody bags just aren't as in as they used to be. I think a lot of you might also approve and agree with this next one. So graphic oversized t-shirts were once all the rage. I mean, like, it's kind of stupid lookingly oversized t-shirts. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Now, graphic tees are still, they can still be cool, but they're much more fitted now. I don't know. I'm like torn about graphic tees. Like, I kind of think they're dumb. Sometimes I like them, like if it's like the Beatles or like a cool band tee I really like, but just like random graphic tees, even if they are fitted and more in style, like I'm still like on the fence about them. But let's move on to dresses because dresses are so prevalent in the summer. So let's talk about what's in and what's out. So for the last few years, cut-out dresses have been very in. In fact, I've recommended very similar dresses to this, and it's not terrible. It's just not as, you know, what's in style. If you want to be kind of cute and sexy and reveal some skin, then these slip dresses like this, so in style. So that's an option. And then back to the gingham, cotton, linen materials, even like prairie dresses. That's kind of like a big trend right now where, you know, you're seeing a lot of that gingham pattern like I talked about. Every single retailer, like that is really what I'm seeing. But everything that I shared in this video, whether it be from Quince or even photos of other recommendations, everything will be linked down below in the description box, and I'll also pin everything in the top comment. And then I would love for you to consider subscribing. That really helps out my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.